Alright, we're gonna do a what's going on at Boudreaux's. We haven't done one of these in a while. The shop looks atrocious right now, but it's just because we're so busy right now. I got this F350 I'm doing cab bolts on. It's making this horrendous rattling noise when you go over a bump. And we used to do these all the time, where the little thing comes off. There's a TSB on these for noise popping. The suspension is actually really good on this, but they were thinking it was shocks. But shocks are, everything's tight on it. So we're gonna do those cab bolts. These cab bolts are fairly easy to come off. The torch is gonna be your friend here in New England. So we're gonna knock these all out. You can see how, look at that, look at that, look at that, it's just trash. I'm gonna pull those all out, put some new, whole box of them right here. Uppers, lowers, and new bolts. If you're gonna do this job, do it right so you don't gotta do it again. There's a cage nut in there for when you're doing it. Obviously there's one in your front radiator support right there, and then the last one is behind the seat. Behind the seat inside there. But really not a bad job. Just don't forget anything. Don't forget your parking cable, your shift cable. Other than that, everything is just wires, harnesses, hoses, nothing. Don't forget these guys. These guys are, your heater hoses are already fragile enough as it is, and they hide underneath your your AC lines, which I always disconnect over here. But other than that, pretty simple. Oh, everybody always forgets this guy, which they put onto that guy, but you should be fine if you don't forget it. Make sure you don't break nothing and you'll be alright. Let's see what Murillo's working on over here. An alignment on a Volvo. What you doing on this, Murillo?
Just doing a four-wheel alignment.
What are you adjusting right now?
Just the rear toe.
Rear toe. Alright. So we'll get them all fixed up, get it all in the green. Ooh, boy, it looks like he's pretty close right now. Alright, we got some tires we need to knock out. Noah's over here fighting with that insurance job. Alright, so here we got that poor little Transit that got went through a low water crossing here. All we gotta do is pull this intake out. Insurance took over on this one, so we're just kind of playing by their rules, even though, shoot, you seen it, you can see that intake right there. No, I don't want to blind you guys. It's all full of water in there, and Noah's just pulling it out here. Yeah, it's a lot of water. Yeah. All right. And there you can see. For some reason, the number one cylinder just looks like it's the worst one. Hopefully, we don't have any bent valves or anything like that. I don't know if you can see in there. Yeah, you see all that nastiness. So we're gonna do a used motor with 30,000 miles on it. This thing is pretty new anyway, so we'll get them all. I told him after that we got to flush all the fluids and all that kind of stuff, but we got a new motor coming. No, actually the motor's here already. There we go. We'll transfer everything we need to transfer because they can't do nothing right. Gotta just chop everything off, but we'll get everybody swapped over and get that puppy back on the road. Here is the engine right here that we pulled out of it. You can see these are all the little pieces of the piston, whatever is left. You know, here we have the one end of the wrist pin, right, or the connecting rod. Here's a wrist pin right here. Just snapped it off. Snapped it off in 2 places. You can see the rest of the piston is right here. Engine still rotates really freely, which is, I think, why it was a little bit weird. We ended up pulling it out, dropping the pan, and that's when we found all the little giblets there. Let me see if I can find the top of the piston. What's over here? All right, so here's the top of the piston. You can see it just cracked, and it was rotating fine. Obviously, didn't pass the compression test, but all the other pistons look good. It just damaged the number 1. Rotates pretty nice there. No damage to the head. Obviously, somebody got curious and pulled out a valve just in case, but everything else looks pretty good. But yeah, so we got the new one in. Obviously, it drives great. It's still got some water sloshing around that we might have to figure out, but shoot, fires up. Almost can't even tell. No, I did a good job on this one. But sounds good. It smells like water in here, but purrs like a kitten. All right, guys, appreciate it. Catch you on the next one. All right, so I just wanted to talk about this little Hyundai Elantra. It had a customer said it was making this crazy squeaking noise, and we were shaking it, prying at it, jostling it. Nothing could really get it to squeak. Obviously, it has a rotational squeak. We were thinking maybe lower ball joint, anything like that. The customer thought it was brakes because he just had a brake job. But I was looking at this, and they had peened the axle, or you could see where it used to be peened right there, and then it got rolled. So it kind of clued me into maybe we have an axle issue. Well, I was thinking maybe the boot was squeaking or something like that, but I took it apart. Hopefully this will help somebody, because if you guys know me, I hate diagnosing noise complaints. Sometimes I just simply won't do it, because I don't like my feet to get held to the fire when it's not something I can really confirm. But anyway, so I took the whole thing apart, and this little cover was it's supposed to be on the end of the CV axle, and it looked like it had been cracked. I don't know if by rust, because rust sometimes does crack, but you can see here all that, hopefully it'll focus, all that dust. Let's see here. And part of it has, on the inside of that hub, it also seemed like it was torqued way too tight. So we're gonna put this thing back together after we lube it up, clean it all up, torque it to the proper torque specification, and hopefully we'll send the customer on his way. All right, thanks guys. All right, so this is that Elantra. We just took off that little plastic cover. You can see Murillo shaking it over here. See, it was making this horrible ee. You can still hear something from back here, but it was making this horrible rotational and up and down noise. It sounded just like a socket. All right, Murillo, you don't have to kill yourself anymore. It sounded like a dry socket on a ball joint, but wasn't. It was that little axle. We put it all back together, went and drove it, and quiet as a church mouse now, except for that thing, but we'll leave that alone for now. All right, y'all, so we got this lazy, rainy Sunday afternoon job right here. We got a little Volvo S60, I believe is what the model is on this. There's a lot of these Volvos that if you're Volvo, you're driving down the road and it's making like a porpoise, like a flipper or a free willy sound going down the road. It's usually this rear bushing right underneath the rear passenger seat. This bushing gets all crudded up and it starts making this crazy noise going down the road. I've been having a lot of noise diag lately. Maybe we'll just dedicate this series to noise diag, but so we've done enough of these that kind of know where to start chasing around. There's like, I guess, a special tool for these. I've never seen it. Maybe y'all can leave a part number if y'all know what that is for that special tool. What I usually do is I'll take an air hammer or whatever means necessary. But usually these get so rusted out, you can just get an air hammer right here and just pop them right out the other side. We got our new Volvo one right here. You guys know me, I don't play around. I like to go OEM if I can. That way you're not dealing with fitment issues or anything weird like that. You know, we like to get it right. Get it as beautiful of a job as we can on the way out. Getting that control arm out ain't really that big of a deal either. It's just a little short trip with some strut stuff. Obviously you got to support your spring. Make sure nothing's going to fall out, pop out. We got our electric parking brake here, so just make sure you take your precautions there. Sometimes the CV axle will fight you to pop through that knuckle. Just make sure you take out your ABS pickup. Watch your brake lines, obviously, but everything else is pretty straightforward. We'll just throw her on the on our work table over there with the vise. Throw it on the vise. Should be good to go. Alright, so this is what I was talking about. I got it set up here. I'm running out of battery here. Hopefully I get that. There's my bit of choice here. And we're just going to set you down right here. Don't hate me if y'all don't get the best view here, but I'm here solo. So, alright, let's see if that works. And I know I'm not up to dress code. I apologize, but I'm trying to get this job done. Once you get it on the run, usually pops out pretty good. Like I said, the rust is actually on your side for once. Ain't nothing to it. Sometimes you can pop them back out of the other side because obviously it doesn't come out this side. But usually I just give it a few more. There we go. Alright, see? Alright, ain't nothing to it. We'll just clean it up. Just clean it up real good. You can use a little wire guy. I also like using these little cartridge rolls. They work real nice. Alright, you don't need to go more than you have to. Alright, so after you get everything situated where you want to get it, you take it over to your hydraulic press over here. Get everything lined up. I always tell the guys, you know, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. It goes in fairly easy, you know, so it's easy to get it all mangled up, so just go straight. The other thing I forgot to tell you guys is I don't know, you can barely see them here, but I do put like a little witness mark. Line it up there and then right about there. Sorry, I need 4 hands to do what I'm doing. But then you get it all here, and then once you get it to the end, you want like I want to say like maybe 1/8 inch stick out on the back side. That way you get everything lined up. If you don't get everything right, you know, you cause premature bushing wear. But believe it or not, guys, this isn't very hard. You just have to, you know, have more than 2 hands. Of course, I'm here by myself, so it makes it even harder to film and show you guys. But once you just get it all pressed in, usually what I'll do at the end is just give it a little, you know, whack like that, you know, pretty hard. I'm sorry if that hurt anybody's ears out there, but and then I'll usually finish adjusting. So let me see if I can. No promises here, but I'm gonna see if I can hold this here for you guys and kind of show you if this thing falls and goes crazy. Don't laugh at me here. All right, let's see here. See if I can show you what I'm talking about. All right, this poor tired hydraulic here. All right, see. So it almost works out perfectly. If you guys can see that. That's about, shoot, can you see that there? That's about the kind of stick out you want. Just about 1/8 of an inch. I guess it's not the end of the world if it ain't. It always seems to work out all right, but I just like to get it close enough where everything works like you want it to work, and you know, the rest you can fudge. The less you got to fudge on the car, you know, the better. And like I said, it gets the sorry, that makes the bushings last longer. And you know, these Ford bushings need all the help they can get. But that's about it, guys. So we'll just throw this back on the vehicle here, you know, put it all back together and send her out of here. All right, guys, appreciate it. Till the next one. All right, Merla, what are you working on there?
Just some rotors for a Fiat.
Okay, what are you doing here?
Torquing it down because it's a 2-piece rotor.
It's a 2-piece rotor?
Yeah.
So what do the pieces look like if you hadn't torqued it down yet?
Oh.
We got this whole stack of parts here. So this is the center piece for the rotor, and then obviously this is the outer piece. You can technically reuse that. I don't know how it's going to do here in New England, but shoot, we'll make them nice and pretty. These are drilled and slotted. He wanted these ones. He brought us a whole bunch of parts on there. We're just assembling it for him, and then we're gonna put them on his car. What are you torquing them down to?
25 foot-pounds all the way around.
25 foot-pounds. Red Loctite.
Yep.
And shoot, he'll be ready to go. Give us a thumbs up, Marilla. All right, let's see what Noah's working on over here. What are you working on, Noah?
New axle shafts.
So this car right here, we tried to get new CV axles for this thing, and we couldn't get them. Dealership was the only ones who had these outer part, and then we had to rebuild the boot, or we'll put new boots on it because the boots ruptured on the old ones. Obviously we don't like to use these stub shafts, but we had no choice, so we're just going to reuse those. We put new grease in them, put new boots on them, put new clamps on them, have new nuts for them and everything. Here's the passenger side. We already got it done here. We're just waiting to put it back in. Same deal on it. Obviously we hate to have to reuse this, but no choice there. So that will get them back together. Get them out of here. All right, y'all, so I just wanted to say thank you for hanging with us today. Just knocked out a few sound complaints that, you know, I hate doing, but shoot, sometimes they got to be done, and showed you a little glimpse on how we do them. You know, we just try to see if we can find something, you know, that fits the bill. You know, it's going to help the customer. The customer's going to be happy with at the end of the day, and, you know, shoot, get them out of there. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for hanging with us today. We appreciate y'all. Hope to catch you guys on the next one.